Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 games for that weird tween / middle school age group, because board games with that group is so much fun. There's so much that kids can learn from board games at that stage. So, board games. Get some family game nights going with these games. All right, first game, and these are in no particular order. These are just the top 5 games that we play with the kids that we kidnap for weekends. And they're related to me, so it's okay. All right, so first game is Rampage. Rampage is a really cool game. You're acting as kind of a Godzilla creature. You set up the board, and it's like a giant city of these little meeple people. Meeples. So it's this giant city, and you're just working to destroy it with dexterity. You're flicking pieces to move around the board. You're actually putting your chin on your component and trying to blow things over. And what else can you do? Oh, you can actually drop your piece on top of the board and try to totally tear apart the city. It's so much fun. This game isn't really there's not a lot that you're learning from it, but it's really fun because it's a fun game to play to warm up to family board night, I think. So, family board game night. This is called Rampage, but it's actually changed its name to Terror in Maple City, and it is due to that movie / board game and issues. So definitely pick this one up. It's awesome. Game number 2. Welcome to the Dungeon. This game is a really fun, nerdy version of Chicken, I guess. You have this explorer that's going to go through a dungeon, and the players take turns making the dungeon a scarier place by either placing a monster in the dungeon, or they can take gear away from the adventurer and make it so they will probably fail. So you're just hoping if you make the dungeon really difficult that you don't end up having to go through the dungeon, but that's always what happens anyway. So the first player to get through the dungeon twice and win, and live wins, or the first player to not die twice wins, which it normally happens with the player not dying twice because everyone else just has to go for it. Alright, so that is Welcome to the Dungeon. It's a really good game. You can pick it up for less than $15. So I definitely recommend it. The components are really nice as well. Alright, that is the second game you should play for family board game night. Why am I saying family board night? That would be the worst night ever. Alright. Okay, so this is number 3 on our list, but not in any order. But this is Castle Panic, and it's really unique because it's it's the first board game we've ever played where you are not competing against each other, but you are working as a team against the board of monsters that are coming towards your castle, and to destroy your castle. You're fighting them off as a team, and it's really fun. You really have to cooperate. It's really great for teaching kids how to share and interact with each other to get those orcs and send them back to the forest, or kill them. So that's Castle Panic. It's amazing. You should play it. All right. That's game 3 for family board night. No. Game number 4. Wow. This box, you can tell we played a lot. Game number 4 is Dixit, and this is a really unique game because every player has a handful of cards with really beautiful art on them. And what you're doing is you're actually, if it's your turn, you look at your card, you pick one, and you say a phrase, a sound, something along the lines of that, or a word that you think describes it, and then you put it face down. And then all the other players look at their cards and try to find a card that would match that description. And then after everyone has cards face down in the middle, you shuffle them, and then you reveal them, and everyone has to guess which one was yours. So it's really fun. You use your imagination, and it's a fun game to be how well do I know that person? What would they pick? Or how would they translate that card, So it's really, really fun to play. It's one of our favorites with all ages. We love Dixit. All right, it's great for family board game night. I don't know if that joke is funny. Is that joke funny? Probably not. Okay. Do you get it? Because I said family board night like twice, and now I'm just rolling with it. It is family board night. Yeah. I just picture 2x4s. I don't picture like the yawning board. I picture like let's stare at this 2x4, or maybe let's make a table and then you can play board games on it, like something like that. Okay, so number 5 is one of our all-time favorite board games ever. It's a little bit on the longer side. It's for 2 to 4 players, and it's absolutely amazing. This is called a worker placement game, which means everyone's in control of little meeple people. You know, meeple people. Everyone's in control of meeples, and you actually set them out to do specific tasks. They can gather food, gather components so they can later build huts. They can actually make babies, but it's not like graphic. They just you put 2 players and then you get a baby. It's like life. It's as graphic as the game of life. It's not bad. You just I got a baby. You just make choices, and with this game there's also a simple division. Like, I'm talking like really simple division. You shouldn't have to divide anything more than by 4 or 5, and it's like really little numbers. So it's super fun. We love this with the kids and with adults and with everyone. We even play this 2 players. It's awesome. So Stone Age. Yay! Okay. So, those are the 5 games that you can play for family board night or board game night or whatever kind of night that you want. They're great for that middle school tween age. It's awesome. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy these. And if you're ever wondering what games you should play for family board game night, you can totally send us a message, send us a tweet, tell us what you're interested in, and we will hook you up and let you know what games you should be playing with your family. Because there's a game for everyone these days. We've grown so far from the Monopoly life, Sorry, Trouble, all of those. So, alright, that's it. The 5 games that we think you should be playing with your middle schoolers or tweens or whatever you would like to call that weird age. Fun age, but weird age. Alright, thank you for watching. Check out our website for a better review of these games.